Hello everyone, welcome back to Angela's Craft Room. Today I've got this herringbone technique to show you using the DSP. Now this is one of the new DSPs in the Occasions catalogue and it's called True Gentleman, and the sentiment comes from one of the new Occasions stamp sets, Truly Tailored, and so it's a really good male theme sentiment one. And you can also get the matching punch, which comes in really handy. As you can see, I've used it on this card. And then the Night of Navy corduroy ribbon there, that is also from the Occasions catalogue. So let's get started, because it's not a quick video, I'll warn you now. I'll try and do it quickly, but we'll see how we go. So I've started off with a piece of Early Espresso, which measures 11 inches by 4 1/8, and then scored at 5.5. And then I've gone ahead and put a piece of Very Vanilla in there, and I stamped these images from the Guy Greeting stamp set and cut them out and adhered them into the card. I thought they were a great addition, being a male themed card. So we'll just put that over there. Okay, get everything in place. So okay, so also stamping up cell adhesive sheet. So I've cut a piece of adhesive sheet. Now this measures 5 1/4 inches by 4 1/8. Okay, and then I've also got a piece of Very Vanilla, which measures 5 inches by 3 7/8. And you'll see, notice that I've cut the adhesive sheet bigger than the Very Vanilla, and you'll see why. So we just need to peel off that top layer, and then don't get your fingers stuck in it, and then that's all the adhesive on there. Now get my finger off it. Now hopefully I'll put it down the right way. Now it doesn't really matter if you don't get it perfectly straight, because all we want to do is get that adhesive onto our piece of cardstock. So just make sure you go right up to the corners. Because when we peel it off, the adhesive is going to be on the cardstock. Okay. So you can see the adhesive has transferred to my cardstock. Isn't that awesome? So I don't have to waste a whole lot of snail. So that's why I made that a little bit bigger. So now you'll see that you don't have to draw lines. I just like to for a bit of a guide. So you need to draw one line up here, and then you need to have a line going this way and a line going that way. Then that gives you the 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to put the arrows. I just do that as a guide for me, because I know which way my paper needs to go. So it doesn't really matter where you start. So what I might do is put across the lines first, need the next piece across there, and then the next piece, and this is a great way to use up your scraps. I'm going to turn that around. So I don't have to be on the line, it's just a guide. So then we're just going to turn that over and just cut those off, and that's the start of our herringbone technique. It's not a hard technique, it's just a bit time consuming. It's not really time consuming, it's just when I'm trying to do it quickly for you, and I shouldn't really have those good scissors because I don't want to get any adhesive on them. And don't put your, when you're turning it over, and don't put your don't put it face down where the adhesive is. Okay, so that gives us that. So what we're going to do then, we're just going to continue on. So I'm going to go this way first, and because this one is going this way, we want them all to go that way. Right up into that corner. So you can see and another thing is, when you're doing this technique, just make your, you can make your DSP all different widths. So just keep, oops, need to make sure that it's right up against that piece there. Not wanting to. That. That one mustn't be quite straight. That. Now, as you're getting closer to that corner, it needs to be really, and I just dropped that piece, it needs, we need to so what I might do there is just put a piece right on that corner, hoping there's enough adhesive to hold it. And then I'm going to turn that over, and we're just going to chop all that off. then I slowly put my fingers all over that adhesive. So that's why you don't use your good scissors. I'll just pile all that up to do the next section. So you can see that's going that way. So then we're going to turn it round, and we've gone this way. Now we're going to go this way, okay? So that's the only reason the video may go a bit longer than you would like. Because this is the only time consuming, and I haven't got smart enough to work out how to speed up the video. But I know some of you have been asking for different technique cards, because not everyone's into colouring and all that sort of thing. So I'm just putting it down quickly because I'm not really thinking what pattern I'm using or anything. Then we just need to grab a little piece for that corner. Just tuck it right in, and we want it to grab onto some of that adhesive. And that's why it's a lot better if you use, and we're just, yeah, it's a lot better if you use the adhesive sheets rather than try and use the snail. And you get heaps of adhesive sheets in a packet. Yes, so don't use your good scissors because you don't want to get adhesive on your good scissors. Just that corner bit. So you can see it's a great way to use up all this DSP, but I thought it'd be good to use the new one. So now I've gone this way, now I want to go that way. So you just need to have those 4 quadrants. So we're nearly finished this section. I don't think it's taken that too long. Then we're just going to cut them off. scissors. The adhesive sheets are very highly adhesive, very sticky. So we'll just grab them out the way, pop them over there. And just cut that off the corner. Don't know how successful I'll be, but there is a very tiny piece in that corner. You wouldn't even notice it most probably. Okay, so then we're going to just do the last one. So we've gone this way, so now we want to go this way. You just have to make sure that you're going in the right direction. So you just keep going. I mean, I could have just done a couple of strips and told you just keep going, but this way you can see how it's done. And we've just got, we want a nice wide one for that corner. So then we're just going to cut this final lot off. I hope Stampin' Up! Never take those adhesive sheets off because they're fabulous. If you want to even die cut a word on, it's a great way of adding it to your card instead of having to put a heap of glue under thin lines. So I'm just going to get rid of all this and then we're just going to put the card together. That's how easy it is. Okay. So just figure out which way. Now I went ahead and I cut out in Early Espresso from the Layering Ovals framelits, the largest one there, and the largest square. I stamped my sentiment, wishing you a dapper day, from the new stamp set, Truly Tailored, and then I used the largest stitch shape framelits, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere those together with some dimensionals. So I hope you're enjoying these tutorials, because I'm really enjoying, I love a lot of the new stamp sets in the Occasions catalogue, and you get those freebie ones in the celebrations, which is just awesome. I think I've just about got all the sets that I'm after now. And as I was saying the other day, I just can't wait for the new positioning tool that Stampin' Up are bringing out, where everyone were able to put in a pre-order for it. But if you didn't put in a pre-order for it, because I'll be doing a couple of tutorials on it when I get it, if you didn't put a pre-order in, you can order it in June anyway from your Stampin' Up demonstrator. So that's just going to lift that up a little bit off the card. Then I've got a piece of, just want to see which, I've got a piece of crumb cake there. So I just want to grab my tear and tape and put a piece across the back. It's just how I like to adhere my ribbons to my cards. I don't put any ribbon. I don't like to put any ribbon, adhesive, sorry, under my ribbon at the front of the card. So I just wrap it around. Just use my sharp scissors for the ribbon. Then I'm going to just can see just a couple of little frayed spots there. There's that. I was just thinking whether because we're only putting a sentiment on here, just for something different, I'm just going to put a piece of tear and tape there and a piece there, just to use up these offcuts of my ribbon. And really the star of this card is the Designer Series paper, and the sentiment. You just pop that over like that. That's not quite straight. I shouldn't have put that down. So I'm just bringing that across. And someone's just bashed quite loudly on my front door. I hope you didn't hear that. Like, then we're just going to glue it onto here. So it's going to have to go up that way. So we'll just grab the multi-purpose glue. Just wherever. Don't put any on the ribbon because it just won't adhere the ribbon at all. And then just pull that across a little bit. Make sure we're going to put it down in the right spot. Oh, no, I nearly did it wrong. Also, we need a piece of very vanilla that's 5 1/4 by 4 inches. That's my first mat. I thought, gee, that looked a bit small, that piece I was just about to put down. Wow. So then we'll just pop this one down as straight as we can. And then quickly grab this one before it dries too much. So I've got people at my front door talking quite loudly to my husband, so I do apologise if you can hear it. So we're just going to press that down and then just put a so I'm glad I put that other little bit of ribbon across there. So then I'm just going to grab some more dimensionals and we'll be finished. So it's a really good technique, the herringbone technique. So give it a try, especially if you're a beginner crafter. It is a really fun technique and it's very easy, but you just got to remember what directions you're putting it in, and that's why I like to put my pencil marks on it, so it just gives me a guide. I mean, you don't have to. Once you've got your first lot of paper down, you can see your 4 quadrants and it's quite easy. So there.